Hey guys, Chris, the Late Night Lockpicker. Got another video for you. And this one's on how I make security pins. I've got quite a few challenge locks floating out and around, and when everyone breaks them down, they get to the driver pins. A lot of people seem to think that those serrated and spools are commercial. I think maybe one of my first challenge locks was, but most of them are homemade. And I mentioned to someone that I might do a video on how I make some of them. I'll show you part of it, but unfortunately I gotta leave part of it a secret. It's well, I'll show you how to turn just your normal key pin or driver pin, just, just a little normal pin, into something like one of these, a T-pin or serrateds. And yeah, there's nothing spectacular to it. Some people use files, some people use hacksaws, something like this, but it makes quite large serrations. So what I like to do, I gave it away before a little bit. I didn't say exactly how I did it. I said I have a jig, which I do, and that's just one of those things that I'm probably gonna keep a secret. But I'll show you what I use for cutting them at least, and you know how it is, we got to keep some of our secrets safe, right? So what I use are, sorry for any background noise, I make a lot of my pins outside in the summertime just so I can enjoy the weather, and cleanup's not so hard. I can just blow the brass dust off the deck and onto the grass. But what I use for making my serrateds, and even for making some spools, are these. They're little tiny high-speed steel cut-off discs meant for a Dremel. Got all different sizes. And what I do is clamp them up in my vice grips. Sorry if that's not focusing. I'm at a really odd angle. My little workbench for making pins isn't very large, but hopefully you can see that pin is just standard pin. There's no serrations on it, no nothing. And once I start my Dremel up, it might be kind of hard to hear, but I'll show you, the setup and whatnot first probably. Sorry I have to move the tripod around, but all I got is my little pan of ice holding my Dremel flex shaft. And I got a little container of key pins here that I can choose from, and I got some files and my pin and tweezers. Here's a container of pins I already made, mostly key pins. There might be a few drivers in there, but there's just various amounts, and some little nails and more blades and driver pins, hacksaw blade, a little pin vise over here, drilling holes. So that's some of the tools I use, and I'll give you a quick demo on making one of these pins. But once I start the Dremel, it might vibrate the table, I'm not sure, but we'll give her a go and see how it turns out anyways. Move some of this stuff out of the way. So it's just a matter of turning this thing on full blast and cutting some grooves into it. The spacing won't be exact when I'm doing it this way. I'm basically freehanding it. Hopefully my camera will focus. But here we go. We'll get some grooves cut into her now. And I'll take a little bit of 600 grit or 400 grit sandpaper. Move it off a little bit. Always take my file. Reduce the diameter on the top if I want. The files I like to use are these little tiny, oh, I can't see if that's focusing. They're just little tiny Nicholson brand files. Tungsten. They're tungsten. Extremely sharp. So we'll take that out of the Dremel. Oh, zooming the wrong way here. Sometimes that happens. I can use the vice grips to undo it. But there, I don't know. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Come on, focus. No, I don't think it's gonna focus. Just trying to turn to macro mode, but it's not. Well, here, let's try it this way. I'll set it down. Let's see if we can get it to... Oh, there we go. It's starting to focus a bit. It's not cooperating. Well, there we go. Now that one's not, perfect. I didn't use my jig on that one, but you can see it makes very nice square edges, and the only thing that needs to be changed really is the spacing, but I've got a jig for that. And as you can hear, my daughter wants to come outside and help me, so I guess that's the end of this video. But yeah, there's just a sneak peek at how I make some serrated pins. If I was to make a spool, I could just wallow it out in the middle with files or the same technique, and hopefully you guys understand that we gotta keep some things secret, but it's not really a secret now. I showed you the blades that I use, so you can imagine what kind of jig I have set up for that. But until next time, stay safe, have fun, keep on picking, and sorry for any of the background noise. I'm outside, so take care. Bye.